Good morning, Director and Chief Operations Officer. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us today. Firstly, let me introduce myself and my team. I am Rachel, this is Jamie, and this is Callum. We are part of your HR graduate program here at Northwest Regional Hospital. Part of our role as your HR team is to identify factors that lead to job stress and implement programs that can monitor and effectively decrease these levels. Our current focus is 3 key areas: work-life balance, employee support, and health and support. Workplace stress is one of the main issues facing Northwest Regional Hospital. There are a number of causes to workplace stress within the healthcare industry, and these stress-related issues in turn cause the employee to fall short of their full potential. Although there is both work-related stress and personal stress, we will be focusing on work-related issues. We will outline the major causes of workplace stress and the consequences the stress can have on employees as well as the hospital. And we will then offer you the strategies to help manage workplace stress and boost morale of the employees. Work-related stress. According to a recent study completed, the top 5 causes of work-related stress are job insecurity, work overload, organisational change, conflict with a manager or colleague, and bullying and harassment. Contending with stressful situations in the workplace is a common occurrence for all healthcare providers. While a certain amount of job stress is expected, excessive levels affect not just individual well-being, but also organisational performance, leading to decreased productivity. Work overload. Before we can implement strategies to minimise stress, we first have to acknowledge and understand the main causes faced by the employees that lead to the feelings of inadequacy. The causes vary and are quite broad, but the main issues facing healthcare workers are workload, the feeling of too much that leads to the burnout of employees. The Australian Nursing and Midwifery Federation acknowledges the fact that employees within the healthcare sector are exposed to demands and high-pressure situations that are not always matched to their knowledge and capabilities to perform the work. As a result, it can challenge their ability to cope under these strenuous circumstances. This can lead to employees experiencing burnout. Audrey Linden talks about burnout as a syndrome characterised by emotional exhaustion that results in depersonalisation and decreased personal accomplishment at work. The emotionally exhausted clinician is overwhelmed by work to the point of feeling fatigued, unable to face the demands of the job, and unable to engage with others. The burnt-out clinician may develop a sense of clinical detachment from work and view people, especially patients, as objects. This can be detrimental to the hospital as it depersonalises the relationship between the worker and patients. I'll now hand you over to Jamie and she will explain the consequence of bullying and harassment in the workplace.
Bullying among co-workers can make employees feel inadequate. The lack of interpersonal relationships within the hospital, sexual harassment, job insecurity, and career progress are all major issues of work-related stress that the hospital itself can manage. A former renowned female surgeon was documented saying that if a woman was to complain of unwanted sexual advances within the workplace, it could jeopardize her career opportunities. It would be horrible for a woman to be unable to stop sexual advances or to be able to seek help. This could lead to diminished interpersonal relationships at work, not to mention bullying and legal issues. The employee would face lower level of job satisfaction and morale, not to mention the behavioural problems that would stem from not being able to express their feelings. Contending with stressful situations in the workplace is a common occurrence for all healthcare providers. While a certain amount of job stress is expected, excessive levels affect not just individual well-being, but also organisational performance, leading to decreased productivity. Ultimately, the interest, enthusiasm, and engagement have to come from the workforce. Our current focus surrounds 3 key areas: work-life balance, employee support, and health and support. Work-life balance, social club, and childcare. Employees are not simply workers, they are people with personal lives. In fact, It is their personal lives which often help motivate them as employees and give them the diverse experiences they need to bring new ideas into the workplace. It is becoming an increasingly popular option for many workplaces to offer sports and social clubs as part of their rewards package. Typically, these types of clubs are initiated and run by employees while being owned and often funded by the employers. Through offering activities throughout the working week, we would be providing staff with not only an effective stress relief, but the ability to commit their days off to their family and friends. In addition to this, we are recommending the inclusion of on-site childcare, adding an extra incentive for parents to adhere to their work schedule. This provision will provide our working parents with the opportunity to check up on their children throughout the day and be able to work with less separation anxiety.
I'll now hand you over to Callum, who will be discussing the remaining strategies with you.
According to Dessler, and identified by us previously, there are many different factors that can trigger job stress. How people react to these triggers vary for each individual. It is therefore necessary to have a variety of strategies in place to deal with these. Our next proposal is provided in the form of an employee wellness program. The concept of this program will focus around providing resilience seminars in which employees will be given the skills needed to identify potential stress triggers and create their own individual strategies to cope with workplace stress and ideally eradicate them from everyday situations. So step 1 of the resilience program is to work out your priorities. Write them down each morning from top to bottom and take one thing at a time. Make and keep lists and make sure the tasks set are achievable. Step 2, practice saying no. If employees are already feeling overloaded, encourage them to think before committing to added expectations or agendas. Step 3, don't take things personally. Make allowances for the fact that stress can make employees more sensitive in reacting to others and more prone to taking things personally. Step 4 is to prioritize relaxation and exercise. Simply take time out of your day to do something for yourself. And finally, identify your stress situations. Take heed of events that may leave employees emotionally drained and develop 1 or 2 ways to reduce the stress. Employee counselling and support has emerged as the latest HR tool to attract and retain the best employees and increase the quality of the workforce. Through offering employees an external facility that is confidential and easily accessible, they are more likely to make use of our proposed employee assistance program. The focus of the program will surround the concept of a healthy support system comprising of bulk billed doctor's appointments, a range of discounted gym services and memberships, face-to-face counselling, telephone helpline, legal advice, general feedback and advice. It is through such support that individuals are motivated to understand and realise their own career potential, thus maximising the chances of functioning in the best interests of the organisation. So the aim of counselling is to explore and find the key sources of difficulty, review the individual's current strategies and styles of coping, implement methods of dealing with the perceived problem, and evaluate the effectiveness of the chosen strategies. The benefits are helping the individual to understand and help themselves, understand the situations and look at them with new perspective and positive outlook, making better decisions, providing alternative solutions to issues, and coping with the situation and the stress. Throughout this presentation, we have outlined for you the main issues facing healthcare employees, making reference to those who have experienced certain types of stress within the workplace. From those experiences, we propose stress alleviating strategies that we believe will enable the hospital to function at an optimum level of well-being and competence while allowing the employees to feel support and valued. We sincerely thank you for your time to listen to our presentation and know if you take on board the strategies put forward today, your hospital's employees will thank you for it.